Legacy of Wisdom is a powerful resource for melting deep experience into knowledge, benefiting society across all the ages of generations.
How can I find my mission so that I have a sense that I've fulfilled my life's potential?
I have been very lucky in that early in my life, I asked a basic question when in college: does God exist? And I did a paper on it, and I really got nowhere until I read the work of William James, Varieties of Religious Experience, where he said there was a common experience that crossed all cultures. And that put me at ease. It was a human type of reaction to spirituality, to God, that I was comfortable with. Either people were universally crazy, I thought, or there was something there. And I put that to bed. Then was fortunate enough to be admitted to Harvard Medical School and got interested in why patients with high blood pressure had higher levels in my office than when they were outside the office, and I was consistently over-medicating them. And to answer that issue, I went back to Harvard Medical School into the Department of Physiology to set up to perform an experiment on monkeys using the paradigms of B.F. Skinner to see whether or not we could use reinforcements to have them develop high blood pressure. And lo and behold, we were successful. Then some young people came to me and said essentially, why are you working with monkeys? Why don't you study us? We think we can effectively control our blood pressure. We practice transcendental meditation. This was back in the late 60s. And I knew I was already on an edge studying stress because there was no place in medicine for that. And to go on to meditation was beyond the pale. But I decided to do so. These were days before human studies committees, but I was very careful. I carried out the experiments only in the evening when no one else was there, and brought people in through a side entrance of the building so they wouldn't be seen. And lo and behold, we found that when people practiced transcendental meditation, there were physiologic changes exactly opposite to those brought about by stress. And it was really a happenstance, serendipitous event that the very room at Harvard Medical School in which I was doing these studies was the room in which Walter Buchanan, 60 years before, had defined the stress or fight or flight response. And I immediately saw the linkage. That then one was the counterpart of the other. Then did a review of the world's literatures to see whether the basic steps of transcendental meditation, which included a repetition and the disregard of everyday thoughts, was described before. And lo and behold, every single culture of humankind that had a written history had these two steps there, normally within a religious context. And it started with the yoga practices in the 5th century BC through Judaism, through Christianity, through Islam, through Buddhism, Shintoism, Taoism, all had a repetition and the disregard of everyday thoughts. Then I said transcendental meditation couldn't be the only way to do this because the same steps were being used in other cultures throughout the written history of humankind. And that's what I label the relaxation response. Now, I've been excessively fortunate in my career because I have not deviated from that at all, now over 40 years, namely defining better using new technologies as they appeared to better understand the relaxation response. Most recently, we have shown that there are actually genetic expression changes when people evoke the relaxation response, bringing it right down to the basic levels of understanding and doing effectively away with a Cartesian mind-body separation. Here was the mind affecting the body. So I feel, and what has happened with this, and I've also been exceptionally lucky about this, that I've lived long enough to see what was essentially ridiculed before when I started this work as mind interacting with body as now being accepted and proven scientifically. And it's my hope that I can stay alive as long as possible to continue to work through that and develop that frontier of mind being inseparable from body, and within an academic setting, here now at Massachusetts General Hospital, part of obviously the Harvard Medical School, and to teach and help future generations understand this better so it becomes part of the whole fabric of what is wellness.
Within that range, then, if I understand it correctly, you're saying that this relaxation response has a lot to do with a sense of fulfillment, which would then be related to mission.
The definition of the relaxation response is essentially that of opposite to that of stress. And in my life, it was a fulfilling event. Now you're asking something differently, or in a different fashion. Might evocation of the relaxation response enhance a sense of fulfillment in others? And to the extent that stress is interfering with the development of a feeling of fulfillment, yes, it could be useful, because it opens your mind and makes you look at things differently, less hung up on, if you will, by the ravages of stress, hung up by the ravages of stress.
Right. Because a lot of times in our lives, we go through our lives, we have the stress, we have the family, we have all of the things that impinge on us, and as we get older, we begin to look at life a little bit differently. We begin to look at some finality aspects that then say, well, what do I still have to do here so that I feel I'm okay to go? Which we'll get into a little bit later. And so I'm looking for this quality of this personal mission, the feeling that, oh, I did what I'm here to do.
The quality of one's thinking is enhanced if stress-related changes are out of the way. So in that context, to delve into these very, very important considerations would be aided by being calmer and having your associational areas, which happen with the relaxation response, be more fluid, be more plastic.